Before I start the video, I want to tell you about my Discord server. It's a fun place where Ninjago fans gather and chat. We have many special games and events, so don't forget to join, link is in the description. Hello friends, welcome back to another video. So today's video is yet another ranking. Ranking the intros. Each season of Ninjago has its own unique intro, whether it's futuristical, spook, or even legacy themed. There are 14 of these, so let's rank them all. Though the Departed technically has an intro too, but I'm not gonna include it as it's way too long to be compared to the others. Now let's get started. What a surprise, Season 11 isn't at the very bottom. That's a great achievement to be honest. But anyway, Seabound's intro is awful. It has the most boring soundtrack out of all intros. It's way too slow and calm for an intro. It's also very boring and not exciting at all. The visuals are also pretty boring and they don't look appealing at all. Compare these to the Sons of Garden intro visuals for example. There's a huge difference. It's obvious that this intro was rushed in the making, so even the soundtrack isn't fitting. I'm pretty sure that they would have done something better if they had more time. Season 11's intro is as bad as Seabound's, but it's higher only because it has better music. They use the weekend weapon here. It's not the best rendition or anything, in fact it's pretty childish compared to the others, but it still sounds a bit exciting and fitting for an intro. The visuals are very boring though, and they don't give the season any identity. You can pretty much guess each season's themes and concepts from its intro only, but that's not the case for Season 11. It's not creative at all and looks very plain. Overall, really bad intro. The last bad intro we're going to talk about. This intro is very similar to Seabound's, but a bit higher because the soundtrack is better at least. The visuals are also better, but I'm not a fan of this 2D style at all. Not much to say, it's just Seabound's intro, but a bit better. I remember this intro getting a lot of hate when it was first released and everybody was calling it the worst Ninjago intro ever. I guess people are more used to non-weekend whip intros nowadays, but back then it got a lot of hate. The soundtrack is probably as bad as Seabound's intro, but the reason why this intro is way better is the visuals. This is by far the best animated intro of the show. The city looks gorgeous with unbelievable detail. I think that LEGO had to get the help of another animation studio to make the city as beautiful as it looks in this season, and that obviously paid off. Amazing visuals and animation, but boring soundtrack and structure. I also wish that the structure of the intro was a bit better. Season 11's intro was a test, so this was the real beginning of the new Ninjago intros. I like the idea of the recaps being shown on the arcade screens. That's a creative idea. The colors are really energetic and expressive, and the soundtrack is even better. Pretty good intro. This is easily the best intro from New Ninjago. I love the idea of the minecart going deeper and deeper into the cave to show us the different layers and parts of a cave. We see crystals, stones, and even dead people. Especially the crystal part, that looks very good. The music is awesome and easily the best out of all New Ninjago intros. The recaps are bad and they will always be bad with this kind of intros because if there is no audio then the recaps are literally pointless. Overall, these New Ninjago intros are just a terrible idea. Mixing the intro with the recap section was a horrible idea that destroyed the idea of both the intro and the recap sections. Some intros look cool such as Season 13's, but if the base is weak then it will be hard to make something great out of it. This intro is very similar to Sons of Garden's but with better soundtrack. I also like how meaningful it is. The chain section was really cool and showed how the 4 ninja and Lodania are both searching for a way to reunite again, but they are just running randomly in a void. Then Garden breaks that void because he's the big problem of the season. That's really what Hunted is about. The animation is pretty good. Good intro. The OG, who doesn't like the first Ninjago intro? It's very basic and normal but still catches the eye. The ninja's moves are pretty cool, the backgrounds are just plain colors with no details or appealing visuals whatsoever, but this intro still has something that makes it very unique and appealing. Entertaining intro. This intro is very hated these days for some reason. I have no issues with the 4 ninja being showcased together in the same time, but my problem is that Lloyd didn't get introduced alongside them and got his own individual section. He's a ninja like the others, so it's very annoying to see him get this special and necessary treatment. The rest of the intro is good though. Now entering the top 5, we have the great intros. Hands of Time's intro has a very unique idea because it's literally frozen in time. And somehow that idea worked. The camera is just moving from each ninja to the other showcasing their names, the environment is really cool too, and the music is even cooler. The intro can be a bit slow but managed to be entertaining enough. This is the definition of a game-changing concept that was done in the worst way possible. Even with how poorly done the concept was, this intro is in 4th spot, to show you how amazing the concept is. I really wish that each mural was a lot more detailed and showed all the important aspects of the season. Tournaments mural, for example, it didn't show the elemental masters, the tournament, the factory, Zenkai, only Guard and the fake Anacon dry. I wish that they were as detailed as the actual season 10 murals. Including the Dark Island trilogy was very dumb, but they should have included Day the Departed instead. The soundtrack is probably the best intro soundtrack in the entire show. It's super nostalgic and relaxing. Overall, this could have easily been my favorite intro, but unfortunately, the poor execution furthered it from that. The top 3 now. You have Skybound's intro. Not super detailed, but has amazing Easter eggs, such as how the clouds get progressively darker and the tone gets more spooky, and also the wrecking of the ninja from the first to get captured by Natakan to the last one. Really good ideas that makes this intro more fun, great environment and amazing music. Possession's intro has to be the fan favorite, and I can see why. The 3D creepy images worked really well, because unlike seasons 14 and 15 intros, at least they are really fitting in here. The music is phenomenal and very spooky. The first intro that included more lines from the Weekend Whip, I love the spooky environment and effects. Lo's glowing eyes at the end was a cool touch as well. Cole doesn't become a ghost in the intro, and the ninjas still have their powers, which is not really a problem at all, but something noticeable. Really great intro. Now to the best of the best, Tournament of Elements. This is the first intro that had a more serious tone. The season 1 to 3 intros had more of a catchy vibe, the visuals are beautiful and I love the idea of having Zen as a piece of paper. The use of the elemental powers was really cool as well, the music is just awesome, awesome intro overall. And that's it for today's video. Sorry if some of my descriptions sound very similar or repetitive, but I don't really have much to say about intros. They aren't a very expressive subject. Hopefully the next ranking videos will be better. Thanks for watching, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with friends, and I'll see you next time.